Hello everyone, I'm Justin, and for today's video, we're going to war. Not many animes focus on the art of war. There are a few that have tried but usually stop trying halfway because it is easier to focus on specific aspects of fantasy stories or a romance that can appeal to a broader audience. So it was refreshing to see an anime come out in 2016 that focused on the tactics of war, how to upper hand your opponent, but also the horrors of what it means going to war. Seeing your companions lose their life, killing people that once were close to you, but unfortunately, because of circumstances, they are now on the other side. The segregation of classes, finding allies in people that were once your enemies, and of course, the bloodshed and representation of one's humanity after taking a life. This is the story of Alderamin On The Sky.
正当な防衛行為でした。幾田、どうか気を落とさずに。
Now, for those who don't know, Alderamin in the Sky is an anime that aired on summer 2016. It is a military drama show with a sprinkle of fantasy and comedy. The story focuses on Ikuta, an extremely intelligent but lazy soldier that, because of unfortunate events, ends up saving the princess of the empire, thus becoming the hero and earning the title of Imperial Knight. Now, with his newly acquired rank and with his childhood friend's pressure, he is unfortunately going up in the ranks of the empire to become the greatest commander. The world building in this anime is impressive. You have these two sides at war, the Katbarna Empire and the neighboring Republic of Kyoka. Our main character belongs to the Empire, but that doesn't mean that he's on the right side. And to be honest, there is no real right side in the war. At the end, there is just one side that survives. The Empire is rotten from the inside, visible on the old decrepit man that is the Emperor, protected by rows of knights in golden armor. The Empire tries to get rid of the useless land, so they throw away soldiers fighting in losing fights against the Republic's invasion, using their soldiers as heroes that die protecting for the country. Ikuta hates this and wishes to live a life away from war, but time and time again, he is thrown into the battlefield. The world is a bit difficult to pinpoint. A lot of the Empire feels like a Middle Eastern land, but then they have the knights in shining armor and commanders in World War I attires. The technology is a bit out there. We have these sprites that help with elemental powers, but then we also have big ships. There are no airplanes, but we get blimps. So yeah, there is a bit of fantasy and magical aspect, but overall it feels like a standard war drama that can be aged at around the 1900th century technology. As for the story, the anime mainly covers 3 to 4 arcs. We are first introduced to Ikuta and the other supporting characters, as he saves the princess and brings her back to safety. Rewarded for his heroic actions, he becomes an Imperial Knight, which is something that he despises, as that means becoming a soldier. And the princess shows her a plot of helping him rise through the ranks so that he can help her overthrow the rotten government. Later on, he is put into a position of power, as he's in charge of a group that is fighting a mock battle against the upper ranks that hate him, and he has to show his leadership skills to win over his people and rally them up to win the exercise when in a disadvantageous position. The third arc focuses on fighting the mountain people of the Empire that have rebelled against the government. Having to push through the inept superiors and trying to finish the battle with the least amount of casualties possible proves to be a challenge for Ikuta, but he pushes through it. And the final arc focuses on Ikuta meeting his match, as the strategies from the Republic is invading through the mountain range that was weakened after the rebellion. And Ikuta has to help the outnumbered soldiers to retreat, all while the Republic is outnumbering them 200 to 1. Most of the anime focuses around Ikuta just trying to laze around and spend time with girls, which, by the way, he's all into older women. Which proves to be a problem for his platoon commander because he's left with his mother. Anyway, people push him to do something, fight a battle, win a war. And even though he doesn't want to do anything, there is always a reason or a situation in which he's forced to rise up and fight the battles, which are always of unfavorable odds, as the Empire is trying its hardest to stall for war for some reason rather than trying to win. And he is being used as a political pawn by different factions, especially the princess that is trying to overthrow the government. Yatori, his childhood friend, is supporting him through all of this, but she's extremely loyal to the Empire, as she fights and kills to protect the princess and the Empire forces without thinking if what she's doing is right or wrong, which delves deeper into the mindset of a soldier. Is it okay to just follow orders and being loyal, even when the orders may not be the correct ones? What is a soldier duty and so on?
ありがとう。でも、なんかそうね。ちょっとだけ疲れたかも。
I personally really enjoyed this anime when it came out because it wasn't afraid to show the depictions of violence or giving us the ugly side from our main characters, all for the purpose of improving the story and giving us more humane characters rather than the typical one-dimensional characters that we get in this type of fantasy stories. And you will be happy to know that the original light novel is already finished with 14 volumes to its name. And while there is no sight of a new season coming out soon, fans of the series can be happy to know that nationally, in Japan, both the light novel and the anime were well received. So hopefully, in the future we can get a second season, and if not, at least we can go back to read the source material. This is a great story about war, strategies, and so much more. While it is not the perfect anime by any means, both the story and the animation still hold up to this day, and I believe, with more seasons, it could become a classic in the future. And with that said, we come to the conclusion of this anime review. What did you guys thought of Alderamin On The Sky? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, see you guys next time.